Welcome, everyone, to a new episode of Carroll Worldwide. We are your local current events and satire podcast. Would you say that's accurate, Randy?
Yes, I would.
So I'm Dennis Twigg.
I'm Randy Goldstein.
I'm Sherri Joseph.
And we have breaking news from, let me look at this. Well, that was 4 hours ago, doing the math. It was like last night.
That's from Taneytown.
So our favorite southwestern municipality.
But it didn't happen last week, which I'm really grateful for. Thank you for timing this drama to be right before
this is perfect.
the podcast
this
recording.
Is really good for us. So,
Sherri, what happened?
so I'm only hearing one side of this story. But this man posted on Taneytown Online that he had this awesome dog show scheduled for sometime in June. And he's trying to coordinate everything, and I believe it's specifically a Jack Russell Terrier dog show.
He's a local business owner.
He is a local business owner. He's going to bring 400 plus people into town over a weekend in June.
Wow, can Taneytown handle 100 times its current population?
I'm not sure that they have the infrastructure for it, but he had this all prearranged.
Right.
He had the fields booked. And was unceremoniously told, I guess maybe yesterday, that his dog show was now out. And
what?
And there's a baseball tournament. I mean, not that I love baseball, but
it's America's pastime.
It is. It's America's game, but
it's a pastime. Dogs are now.
Yeah.
So he's very upset, and he's making a lot of good points that people who come to watch baseball tournaments come into town, bring their own food, bring a cooler along, probably stay there for the couple hours of the tournament, maybe all day, use the spotter pots, go home. But the people who are coming to the Jack Russell Terrier dog show are going to actually contribute to the overall economy of Taneytown. And they're going to eat in the restaurants, and they're going to stay at Antrim potentially, or maybe I don't know where else you can stay.
So you can stay. Are you you're gonna. It's gonna be.
Is there another alternative?
Sheets, if you're brave enough.
You can camp out at the Sheets. I don't know. That's mean. Sorry, but I mean, I would spend the night at Antrim.
Airbnb.
Oh God.
So, and the interesting thing about this post is that the Chamber of Commerce of Taneytown has actually chimed in, asking for explanations as well. So
what's the Chamber of Commerce?
Are they a government organization?
I don't know. Maybe you could shed some light on that for us, Dennis.
It's the local Taneytown Chamber of Commerce. So they weighed in and also seemed to be very dismayed about this cancellation. And I don't even think that he has to make any argument of economic benefit, because from what I'm reading from just his side of the story, if he booked it and they said yes,
he's got it.
Then that's how it goes.
Yes.
It's a contract, right?
Well, I don't know if it's a contract, because I don't know how that whole process works up in Tawneytown.
Well, let's see if we can find an attorney who can explain contract. Isn't that what you do?
No, I'm not a contract attorney. But secondly, I don't know all the facts. But
okay.
But what I'm saying is that, like, why would they back out?
I guess that's the big unanswered question, right?
Right. Somebody's got some compromising photos of someone else.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I like AR's idea to have our mayor just go up there and kick the shit out of their mayor. And that'll be the end of it. And the dog show will go on as planned. Thanks for the great idea, AR.
Must love dogs, Mayor Joe Dominic. Can you comment as hand of the mayor if our mayor loves dogs?
We're in talks.
You don't
if
know?
He loves dogs? Yes, he absolutely loves dogs. He has a dog.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Maybe this is a big move by cats.
I would have been very surprised if Joe had been a cat person.
I don't know, but I know that whenever they're away, I have to go feed and let the dog out every once in a while at their house.
Well, that's one of the duties of hand of the mayor.
You've been in his house?
No, I haven't. I'm just kidding. Maybe I have, but he doesn't know it.
So here's a question for you. If you don't let Joe give you a back rub, can you give him a back rub?
I'd much rather do that than have somebody give me a back rub.
Mm-hmm.
He's a giver.
He is a giver. That Randy, he's a giver.
This just seems like a Banana Republic move by Taneytown. I look forward to seeing things unfold.
Yeah.
I suspect they will say something they should say something other than the fact that we like baseball more than Jack Russell's. Like they have to have something, or else it's going to be a total.
Yeah, I want to hear what's the outcome of this.
They should have had
waiting with bated breath.
They should have had Great White play at the Jack Russell thing.
but
you know why?
Why, Randy?
The lead singer's name is Jack Russell.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's terrible.
But he's not.
That's unfortunate.
Let me verify that.
He's not a terrier though.
He's gonna tear it up.
Well, he's not anymore because it's canceled. But I will say, and this is
Jack Russell.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if people really realize.
I'm Jack Russell.
I don't know if people really realize it, but all of our little towns and municipalities, they really live or die by like the non-elected people who like pour their energy into doing events and things to like draw attention.
They really do.
Right? Like, you know, someone organizes like the Pride Festival here in town.
Right. And all of those other great events that are in town now were started by a group of core volunteers. The Oyster Stroll, the Wine Stroll. Mm-hmm. That's all started by, the people who are voting for the people who are, not that we have a problem like that in Westminster.
No, but
this is exclusively a Taneytown problem.
Well, yeah, this is Taneytown. Between the water and this, we are.
They have an inordinate amount of problems. Well, and their police chief, that was last year.
That's a problem with America, because the rules should have let him just do whatever he wanted as a police chief.
Right.
You know, as hand of the mayor, if anybody had like a
hand of the mayor of Westminster, let's be clear,
vegetarian fest in Westminster, I would do work night and day to get that shut down.
You would try to book a baseball event instead.
I would book another oyster stroll over top of it.
You could have like a bacon festival in response to that.
You could have like a rub down run.
Man, you're not going to let this go, are you?
This is by far the most fascinating factoid. In fact,
I don't think it is.
One of our longtime listeners and former guest on the show texted me specifically to talk to me via text message about how fascinated he also is about your massage disenvy.
Really?
Yes.
You're the talk of the town, Randy.
Yeah. It's just because it's just like one of those things that like it's just so unrelatable. It's so bizarre.
Was it the jiu-jitsu guy?
No.
Okay, because I was going to say...
I'm guessing it's
I would do that.
Brian, right?
No one's saying you wouldn't do jiu-jitsu. No, we understand that it's not that thing, but just the context of a massage is so terrifying to you.
Yes, it is. It actually is.
Do you think it would break your core personality to get a massage?
No, it would... no, I've had worse this year, so I think I could handle it and not be broken.
This year as in the current...
I'm sorry, 2019.
Oh, okay.
In the past year.
Okay.
Sorry.
You've already had a bad massage in 2019?
No, I've had something much worse.
Oh, no.
I told you about it last week. My doctor's appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A massage would never be that bad.
Turn your head and cough?
No. Way worse.
No, way worse than that.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But
you boys, I don't know how you walk around with those things.
Not that thing. The other thing. It was a prostate exam. I'll spell it out for you.
Ugh.
Yeah, I made an oblique reference to it. You must have gone over your head last week.
I don't have a prostate, so I don't get references.
Yeah, well, mine apparently is so big. LeBron James tried to steal it and throw it through a hoop.
Oh, my, Randy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Maybe you need more vegetables.
No.
Or maybe you need to relax with a nice massage.
Spinach is the answer.
I've done some herbal things that have taken care of it. Wow, we need to change the subject. Just kidding. Yeah.
So, at any rate...
so what else is happening, Dennis?
So, about those massages, we haven't had Golden Tractor Crank in a while, and we need to give an award out because this is Sherri's favorite type of story. It has everything.
Checks all the boxes.
It does.
So, go ahead.
Well, apparently there was a large pig in the middle of the road in Hampstead, right?
Randy doesn't get up to Hampstead. That's not fair.
The picture looked suspiciously like the lady who was ranting about people driving.
The pig did?
No. The picture that I sent you guys looked suspiciously like the same road the lady was ranting about people too close to her, driving too close.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the same road.
Barn.
It really, and I think
it's the one road.
Yeah, it's that road. So this man posted a picture of a pig, and the pig wasn't moving, just in the front of his car. It was the cutest picture. Mm. I think it's very Golden Tractor Crank worthy.
Was it Otis?
Escaped animals.
And You remembered the pig's name. What's the other pig's name? I can't remember now.
I forgot.
Otis and Milo? No, that's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Deep cuts. One of our super fans.
I wonder how things worked out with those pigs. Like if they got to stay.
Have you noticed all the open loose ends in Carroll County News?
There's a lot of loose ends. Yeah.
Because the closure doesn't make people mad, so they're not going to post it.
Right. Why would you talk about a success story?
Right.
So
Doesn't get clicks.
Staying in Hampstead, we had like a dirty people shaming post that Randy misunderstood.
No, I didn't misunderstand. I fully understood it. This is one of the few that I did understand.
Oh.
A woman posted a picture of she had these tenants for like I think 2 months. They lived there, and after they moved out, the place was just. I mean, they were kids living there. It was disgusting. I mean, she was trying to show like how do people live like this. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was like clothes and like dirty stuff all over the kitchen, and it was just awful. I can't even describe it. You have to see it. But she clearly was saying that it was the tenants who were renting her dad's apartment for a few months, and they left it that way. And then a woman commented, "Oh, you posted pictures from your father's place just to shame him publicly?"
Oh,
and
which is not the case.
Everybody corrected her, saying, no, it was a rental. It was the tenants. And I think this woman who said that comment wins the Randy Award for I didn't read the full post. So that's a new one.
So someone's carrying the torch for you.
Yes, they are. It's not just me. We're a community, Dennis. We're a legion.
Isn't it? Aren't you glad to know you're not the only one who doesn't read the whole thing?
Yeah, but I don't know who all the people are because I don't read the whole list of people.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's fair, I think. So this is something that we want to talk about for different reasons, I think. The top 10 places to live in Maryland. A number of Carroll County places made the list.
Yeah, congratulations to...
Mount Airy was number 1.
Mount Airy's number 1.
Hampstead was on the list as well.
Yes.
And I think there was a third one. I don't remember.
Was there a third?
Or maybe there was... no, I don't remember. But here's the thing that I said. I think the list is bonkers because Rockville was in the top 3. And then Bowie.
Wow, is this a Dennis make it cynical?
It's not even making it cynical. It's like if someone's going to give you their opinion on something and one of them is like clearly wrong by any normal human standard that isn't interested in living in purgatory or hell, then like yeah, you can doubt the validity of the list. Has anyone been to Rockville and been like, gee, this is America. This is great. Rockville's the place where you go to sit in your car forever.
No one said that about Bowie either, I can assure you.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I mean, Bowie, I can't say I'm as intimately familiar as with Bowie as I am with Rockville. So, like, that my instinct is to say Bowie was pretty wrong. But, like, Rockville, I've done work there. I've got family there. I've been... we've all been through 270, and it's just like...
Of course.
It's like, yeah, there's nice houses, and there's, like, some nice communities, but if you want to go anywhere other than where you are, it is a nightmare.
Yeah, it is a nightmare.
And it's not even, like, when you live in a city and you want to deal with that, but you're not living in a city. You live in, like, a suburb.
Community,
You live in a suburb where you can't even get to, like, the grocery store without a 30-minute, 2-mile drive.
Yeah.
Well, it's ranked highly because of its high income, 2nd overall, and low crime, 4th overall.
Well, okay, great.
It's the best for 2020. Like it's only January.
They already made it,
and they've already made it.
Well, and that's all fine. I mean, it's a place to work and live in DC, but like you're not really working in Rockville, probably.
But Home Goods and TJ Maxx is open again, so that's why they shot up to the top. And they did because
Mount Airy, you mean?
They were number 5 last year.
You're talking about Mount Airy now?
Yes, Mount Airy. Sorry.
Oh, I think Mount Airy's great.
Oh, Mount Airy's lovely.
Yeah, there's plenty of great places to live.
You're doubting Bowie and Rockville.
I'm just doubting the whole methodology because they're there.
Look, now not only is Randy not reading it, Randy's not listening.
Well,
I was reading the stats while you were talking. I can't do both.
Well,
and I was getting a massage at the same time.
Oh.
Okay. What could we wager on this one? Just think about it. Okay? All right, so laughter is the best medicine. So I did not read this one. You'd explain it to Dennis.
I didn't read it either. All I saw, I couldn't read it. It was Carroll County Times. I couldn't open it.
Oh.
All I saw was the headline said, laughter is the best medicine. And the sub-headline said, I didn't read the sub-headline. It was something like, laugh more to be more healthy.
I did read it.
So what? Okay, I was gonna say this is gonna be a tough one to talk about.
So, I mean, and this is not new information, but basically it said if you have a sum total of 10 to 15 minutes per day of laughter, it does a world of good for your overall mental health. It's a good tension reliever. It
Like a massage.
it raises your endorphins.
Like a massage.
I don't think a massage does all that.
You wouldn't know.
I mean, as I was reading it, it's sort of akin to like the tension reliever of like an orgasm. So laughing is akin to having sex, which is fun too.
I also think, like,
From what I remember.
I've had like depressive, like, spells or whatever, and I have found that a good laugh will not only release that, but it will also up my creativity levels and just my attention span and everything.
They did
it
not
is good.
mention that in the article,
we
but
not
I
funny
think that's a valid point.
Wait, are we not funny enough? Is that why you don't read the articles?
I don't need to, because after the podcast and after anybody listens to the podcast, you're welcome.
Yeah, so
everyone.
We're doing what we can to help you.
Exactly.
Through the
So
day.
we are like a health asset of
We
this
are.
community.
We can add that to our overall thesis statement, I think.
Okay, I think that's not just
We're
fair,
here for you, Carroll County.
Yeah, that's magnanimous. So, Sherri, I have a misunderstanding about Fairtrade Coffee, apparently.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Well, because I said something. It sounds good. It sounds good. And you made a comment, and Randy seemed to be in the know that I don't know all the deal about Fairtrade Coffee.
I did educate Randy on Fairtrade Coffee because he came into the cafe and asked specifically to buy it, and
Because I'm a good person. Sorry to interrupt you, but we need to preface this by saying I'm a good, angelic person trying to do the best for the community and the world. You're welcome, Earth.
And I
Right.
I completely agree with you, Randy. You are a good person. I, on the other hand, am not a good person.
Yet you understand that fair trade is not. Look, those sirens are not for me.
They aren't?
They can't be.
Oh, they must be for
Well, let's
Dennis.
finish the podcast before you get hauled off.
Okay.
So the thing about Fairtrade Coffee is this, and this I know that I tend to be a bit long-winded, so excuse me for a minute here. So there are a lot of small coffee growers throughout the coffee belt. The coffee belt is just north and just south of the equator all over the world.
Okay.
And that's the only places you can specifically buy coffee. There are a lot of gigantic corporations that farm coffee. They are not allowed to call any part of what they do fair trade coffee. This is all just tiny little coffee growers who have seasonal employees. There's a very specific requirement.
Mom and pop coffee.
It's a mom and pop coffee.
Sounds good so far.
So it does. And in theory, all of this sounds great.
Okay.
So a certain amount of their coffee they can set aside to sell on the open market for a set price, which
Who sets the commodity price?
there's an organization like the Fair Trade Organization.
Okay.
Okay. So what happens is they grow coffee and they have, some coffee bushes produce amazing coffee and they sell those for what they can get on the open market or to a big corporation for the maximum amount of money.
Okay, that's free market coffee sales.
Right.
Okay.
So they make the most money out of the majority of their coffee that they can.
Uh-huh.
And then they have coffee left over that they can sell themselves as part of this free trade organization and get
Fair trade
organization.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And they are guaranteed a specific amount of money for this coffee. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying?
So that's commodity fixing.
Basically. Yes.
Okay.
So what happens is they sell the best coffee that they grow, that they take care of for the most money to whomever, to a small artisan roaster, to a big corporation. And then what's left over is often, and it's not often, it's always the shitty coffee.
Okay, so this is a well-intentioned thing
Yes.
that meddling with the markets has resulted in yet another failure.
So, yes. And so whereas the shitty coffee that they don't pay a lot of attention to or necessarily organically fertilize or even care about. On the open market, they could maybe get, let's just say 75 cents for. But since they're part of fair trade, they get a guaranteed fixed rate of much more than that.
So they're
for the
incentivized
coffee.
to just treat it as poorly as possible.
Exactly. So fair trade coffee is literally shit coffee. It's the worst coffee you can buy because they're
Wow.
getting the maximum amount of money for the shittiest coffee. They don't have to.
It's perverse incentives.
Yes. I mean, now, if you're the kind of person who doesn't care what your coffee tastes like and
Ah.
you want to support a local farmer with their endeavors into coffee growing, then that's great. But fair trade coffee is literally the grossest coffee you could buy.
It's the worst quality.
It's the worst quality coffee you could buy. It tastes like crap.
Is it full of fertilizers and chemicals and all that stuff?
I mean, not necessarily. Like some of these small farmers are organic, but they're just not. They're not the best coffee beans that you can buy. They're not the fullest, richest.
I mean, Randy, if you were guaranteed to build 5 websites for a flat fee, no matter how much time you spent on them, like the economic incentive, and you would never meet the customer, the economic incentive would be to just like literally do the bare minimum to make it a website, right? Not
the
just
economic incentive, yes.
Yes, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you wouldn't have too much pride. I'm not saying the blah blah blah. It's not exactly how it works in this kind of market.
No, I
but
understand. Yeah.
it's crazy.
Makes sense.
I didn't know that. So
So-
now I know.
this is the problem with fair trade.
So you're
coffee.
better off just like sending a check to like a farmer in Colombia and not even bother.
Don't drink the coffee though. Yeah.
Don't drink the fair trade coffee.
Don't drink the fair trade
Folgers Crystals for life.
Yeah, I mean, you're really better off drinking that.
All right.
I don't even.
Wow. So that was the king of all make it cynicals.
So
Sorry,
But it was
everyone.
realistic.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, talking about business streams, someone suggested on Westminster Online that there be a non-alcoholic sports bar.
Yeah. Now, you and I disagree on this, Sherri. I think it's a great idea, and I'm surprised that you don't think it's a good
Why
idea.
are you surprised that I would be involved in something that didn't involve alcohol?
Because you own a coffee shop, and I've always had this thought.
Non-alcoholic sports bars are coffee shops.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
But it's a non-alcoholic social place. Like I've always thought, you
That's
know,
like
how
a coffee shop, a
pe-
social place without alcohol.
people after work go to happy hour.
Yeah.
I've always thought there should be a pre-work happy hour at a coffee shop where people get together with their friends, they drink coffee, they get all energized. It's like the mirror opposite of happy hour. So they get
Sad
together.
hour.
No, like of an alcoholic happy hour. Let's say you're right. It would be sad hour, but it would be like
That sounds like a great idea, Randy. I think you should institute that.
Sad
Yeah.
minute. Do a sad minute.
sad minute. So why don't you like? So I think a sports bar where there's no alcohol would be great because nobody's going to get out of line. There's going to be
Alcohol, where's those places make so much money?
wings, food. Alcohol does make a lot of money, but I'm not a big drinker, so it doesn't really matter to me. Why? What is the downside that you see?
Well, I mean, what's the point? Why would I go out somewhere to watch sports on a television and pay to eat food if I can't at least have a drink so I can tolerate like all the obnoxious holes that are around me watching football or soccer or
They're going to be a lot less obnoxious.
boxing?
Let's
I don't
When
know.
was the
Are
last time
they
you went to see boxing?
in my? I mean, it's been a minute, but yeah, I've gone to like watch a pay-per-view. I'm not going to an actual live.
What did you think of the DeAndre Smithfield fight?
I don't know what you're talking
Those
about.
two people don't exist.
I don't know what you're
testing her.
talking about.
Me either.
Randy's a gatekeeper.
I mean, I don't even
So you-
remember what the pay-per-view event was that I went to watch.
You would you find the alcohol to allow you to tolerate the people around you so that you can watch
Yes.
whatever sporting event you're
I
going to watch.
must be lubricated in order
What
to.
about alcohol though?
In order to. Yeah, I mean, I love sports, but I can't imagine going to Camden Yards and not getting hammered.
Wow, we are so opposite. Because when I go to those things, I really don't want to drink at all. I like to raw dog reality.
Well, here's what's really going to happen. Non-alcoholic sports bar, probably a non-starter.
No, not gonna happen.
A quote coffee shop in the Amsterdam vein with no alcohol would work.
Oh, of course.
Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just had, like, a stoner sports bar, that would work, too. Or it'd be, like, a stoner Cartoon Network
You
hub.
wouldn't even need to put sports on.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
You just put
Wait a
Cartoon
minute.
Network on.
Wait, but that's a loophole. No one can stop you from doing an edible before you go into the non-alcoholic sports
Yeah,
bar.
you could also freebase.
I mean, you could. I could also
right.
take the flask out of my purse and, and drink out of that too.
That might be a problem, too. If you're willing to break the law, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Let me just say this as an aside. For people who need to be sober, I understand your plight, and I think whatever you all need to do to have your life be fulfilling is great. But in that, for as a business, I just don't see how you make any money, because
No.
even if I buy my $10 whatever wings, the real money is when I accidentally order 8 beers.
What do you want? Yeah, what are you washing those wings down with? A Coke or something? I mean, that's
Ice water with lemon.
highly dissatisfying.
I love soda. I'm like a child, so but whatever. But I don't know. Hey, if someone prove us wrong, we're into small business. Prove.
Yeah,
prove us-
seriously, prove me wrong.
Hey,
Have a successful non-alcoholic sports bar.
Randy can buy a stool there and just support it constantly.
I think the biggest complaint was if there's no alcohol, that means there's going to be a lot of kids, and the kids are going to be annoying, is what one person brought up.
Yeah, isn't this just a Chuck E. Cheese we're talking
but-
about?
Kinda, yeah.
Isn't there a new trend though where you take your kid drinking with you? Haven't we discussed that?
2
on-
weeks
Yes.
ago or whatever?
Yeah, the breweries.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily gonna change that either.
Yeah.
Now it's the opposite. Everyone's trying to add alcohol to kids venues, so the parents can
What?
get loaded. Yes, all these kids play places that host birthday parties. They're increasingly having bars.
Wow.
You have to numb yourself in order to get through a 3-year-old's birthday party.
Damn.
Ouch! It's close to home.
Yeah, you have a 3-year-old, right? Is she 3?
Oh, yeah, she's already had her 3rd birthday. We're on to 4 soon, so
Good. Okay.
it's all right. So I thought we weren't talking about this anymore.
What's that?
Toilet flappers in Taneytown.
Taneytown, what are you doing?
Oh God.
Our worst segment. What are you doing?
Somebody brought up that maybe the water problem, which we've been hearing a lot about, and again, this is not Dennis on your side. We are a satirical podcast. We have no power, no leverage. Now,
I'm decidedly only on my own side.
maybe we do, but somebody brought up that he thinks that the water problem is due to bad toilet flappers, which I could see. If you have acidic water, which I don't think they do in Taneytown because it's a municipality, but the water flapper can erode and cause your toilet to constantly run and constantly refresh.
Yeah,
that
but-
can waste water by the gallons.
Of course
per
it
day.
can, but
Of
you
course.
know that's happening.
You should know it's happening. You should hear it.
You would be able to hear if your toilet is constantly running.
Yes.
I fly into a rage when somebody leaves the handle up.
You fly into a rage over a lot of stuff,
I do.
though.
I do. You're right about that, actually.
Rage Against the Toilet.
Title.
All right, Rage Against the Toilet. There we go. We can remember that one. That concludes our written agenda. Does anyone else have anything to bring to the table?
Some of those who want dog fest.
I have something that I want to talk about really quickly, if I could.
Doesn't have to be quick.
Wait, we
This-
were not prepared for this.
No, it's okay. You
She's
guys,
catching us off guard.
You guys are going to be okay, and I'm going to make sure that I get the date.
Is that a masseuse coming in the door?
Right.
It's a massage therapist. Do you know people have come up to me and said, you got to tell Dennis it's not a masseuse.
What's so wrong with masseuse? Explain it to me.
A masseuse is the happy ending people.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought that was
no, that's
Look, hey.
that's not the correct term
And
anymore.
dandies. I thought that was an okay term too, but
Oh my
society
God.
has made words powerful. What do you want?
I don't know. I'm just I guess I'm my granddad now. I'm just gonna roll with masseuse till I die.
Okay, so listen, this is a fun thing that's happening. On February 8th at Birdie's Cafe from 9 to 11,
AM?
yes, a.m.
Whoa.
Chief Spalding and Captain Kowalczak are going to be there from the Westminster City Police Department. They're going to be there actually.
No
serving-
pending automatic gun charges against the Westminster City Police.
No.
So
They're going to be there serving coffee, so you
Oh.
can come in.
The cops are serving coffee.
The cops are going to be. It's called Coffee with Cops. They're going to be there as a public service. If you want to come in and talk to them, ask them questions,
What
raise
day of the
concerns.
week is that?
It's a Saturday morning.
Okay.
So you can come in, have a little coffee with Chief Spalding and Captain Kowalczak. They're actually going to be behind the counter, but they're also going to be serving food, and it's going to be fun.
Not a good day to hold the place up.
Not a good no.
Never a good day.
No, well, never a good day
Yeah,
because
really.
you don't know what I have behind the counter. But yeah, so come in and have some coffee.
Do you think like you missed your calling being like a surly bar keep owner in like the Wild West? Is that really what this was meant to be?
I could have been the most amazing madam in the Wild West that you ever saw. I would have had those girls just working nonstop.
Wait, a madam? He's talking about being a barkeep.
She's talking about masseuses.
I'm talking about a saloon in the Wild West, which would ultimately include a cat house, I would think.
Oh, wow.
Services. I mean, she's admitting she would have been a product of her times.
I would have been an entrepreneurial, making it work for me, independent woman.
But you would have made sure everyone was empowered.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can set your own prices, ladies.
Yeah.
And
free market.
You don't have to if you don't want to. But if you want to,
that's it.
I get a cut.
To get a safe place. Okay. We've really gone far afield. So, unless we have anything else... It is top 10 time.
It's top 10 time.
Now, this is regarding the Carroll County Times story.
It is. I made a top 10 list of things that laughter will not cure.
So laughter is the best medicine or is not the best medicine?
Well, I mean, there's some things that laughter is not going to cure. So,
oh boy.
Here we go. Number 10, it will not cure your terrible mugshot.
We can laugh at it.
You can laugh during it.
So, yes, it will help the people who are looking at it afterwards, but it's not going to make it better. Number 9, laughter will not cure your racist uncle. So you're going to have to.
What about your Uncle Dad?
Your Uncle Daddy? Maybe.
I think laughter will help with that.
Enough laughter is going to cure that problem. I think that's true.
As Randy says to himself every night.
Number 8, coronavirus. It's not going to cure that. You guys are numbers. You guys have heard about that, right? Like, does everybody know about that?
17 people died in China because of it.
Yeah, it's officially here in the United States. So
good.
This may be our last podcast. Number 7, it's not going to cure your bad grammar. So that's not going to help with any of the stuff that's going on.
Do you know what? So far, alcohol cures all of these things.
It does.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong about the non-alcoholic sports bar.
I think you are. Number 6, it's not going to cure your water troubles in Taneytown. So
no.
you can't laugh those away. Number 5, it's not going to cure dog taint.
No.
What? Oh, right, from last week, the dog taint thing.
Yeah.
Number 4, it's not going to cure grass clippings.
No. Be careful with your snow on the road. That also could knock down motorcyclists. Don't snow blow onto the road.
Don't blow snow on the road.
Don't ride a motorcycle
who is
with
Snow?
Yeah, I'm joking. No one's doing that.
I'm Jon Snow. Behind the road, Dennis.
By the way, how funny is it that last season was so bad that there's just no Game of Thrones culture anymore?
I heard about that. Like, there's no Game of Thrones nerd verse or anything. Like, it's been like forgotten about.
Yeah, just totally destroyed by
because of that last season.
Yeah, it's like an amazing self-deletion of like a pop culture phenomenon.
Everybody's flocking to The Witcher like metal shavings to a magnet.
Yeah.
Have you watched that?
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. Is it good?
I think you have to understand the full backstory in the books.
Oh, there's a backstory?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So The Witcher is like a series of short stories and novels written by an Eastern European author that was popularized by like a really successful set of video games that did their own story set in that universe. And then the series is basically an adaptation, but the books are very like Eastern European and like we don't care about you sort of thing. So it's like it just throws you in without explanation about what's going on. And so like I haven't seen the series, but the setting is just like, okay, here's this mutant dude whose job is to hunt monsters, and they don't give you any grounding. And I think it's but apparently no one cares because it's the most popular thing Netflix has ever done. So
it's the opposite of Game of Thrones. It sucks in the beginning, and then at the end, it all comes together. In the very last episode, it's like, okay. Now you're really waiting for 2 years from now when season 2 comes out.
And the fighting is, I think the choreography is probably better than Game of Thrones, what I read. The fights.
The fighting scenes are really good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to get involved then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just hold out till season 2 and just plow through.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Should we get back to the top 10 list?
Yeah, what else does laughter not cure?
The Witcher.
No. Does not cure your podcast mates interrupting you.
Oh.
Number 3, it does not cure homosexuality.
Does homosexuality need to be cured, Sherri?
I'm just saying, it does not cure homosexuality.
Let's be equal opportunity. Doesn't it cure heterosexuality?
It doesn't cure heterosexuality.
Doesn't it?
It is being gay.
No.
When you're gay, you're laughing. So
When you're gay, you're happy. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Can enhance
I was
it.
making a statement, but obviously that didn't. That went over your head. Number 2, it does not cure your mother-in-law. Does not.
Again, alcohol cures every single one of these things.
Yeah.
All right, you boys ready? The number 1 thing that laughter won't cure: the clap.
I need the sexually transmitted disease.
No STDs.
Can't laugh that one off.
No, you cannot.
Alcohol may have caused that.
Alcohol-
Alcohol can cure not having the clap.
It can cure that. All right.
That's it.
That's it.
Anything else?
I think we're good.
No.
All right. Sorry to all our massage therapists out there. Okay. I'm Dennis Twigg.
I'm Randy Goldstein.
I'm Sherri Hausfeld-Joseph.
See ya.